And later on this evening,
To order, go directly to the source. Dell, be direct.
No, it's not a keyhole. I'm not looking through the doorway at someone. I'm looking through the on-net port of entry to a seamless global network. A network that will change the fortunes of countless companies and the lives of thousands of telecom managers and CIOs. I see them out there right now. They seem rather happy. OnNet from MCI WorldCom.
Now, your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
get ready for some rain and snow on both coasts. Hello and welcome to Weather Center, sponsored by MCI WorldCom. I'm Christina Abernathy.
And I'm Bob Stokes. Rain and snow are also falling across the west. But first, let's talk about a mess moving into the northeast. Here's Mike Seidel in the Forecast Center.
And for the first time in a while, we've got some winter weather to deal with in the northeast. We're talking about snow for the most part, although it will be heavy, wet snow. And it should not cause major problems in town in New York City, but the suburbs will be different. And that snow earlier today was falling across the Great Lakes. Take a look at the satellite loop, and you can see the motion of the storm. At least the primary storm is sitting way back here in western Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio, and West Virginia. And that's going to be chugging off to the east over the next 12 hours. Now, earlier today in Detroit, you did get some snowfall in the Motor City, and this is what February should look like. In fact, right there, it looks like it's coming down at a pretty good clip. 3 inches in Detroit. Not a lot of folks out there walking on the streets or traveling, but a pretty picture. Temperatures right around freezing, so it wasn't one of those deals where it was snowing and the wind chills were 20 or 25 below zero. Kind of a mild day for snow in Detroit. And the snow now has moved into New York City. The Weather Channel has a crew there. Jim Cantori is just north of town in Westchester County in Elmsford, New York. And Jim, considering that last winter and this winter we haven't seen a lot of snow, I would suspect that these salt supplies are there for this particular storm.
Oh, they're definitely there, Mike, but of course they returned some of the salt budget and traded it in for the Yankees ticker tape parade. And so they're, saving it again for '99 because the Yankees will probably repeat. Anyway, we've got sleet now coming down. You can see it bouncing off of my my sleeve here. It's a light sleet, and it's kind of interesting when you try and figure out exactly why we're getting sleet all of a sudden behind the main snow shield, and it's because we've lost the actual I guess rapid vertical motion or rapid rise of the air, so we're not really cooling this precipitation down enough so that we're getting all snow. So we're kind of ending as sleet. But we do expect another band of snow to move into the lower Hudson Valley later on tonight, and certainly that could impact the rush hour tomorrow morning. This is kind of interesting. I noticed here in this parking lot, now we've only had a ½ inch to an inch of slush, most of which is melted. But I noticed this guy coming by to plow this parking lot, and I'm thinking, why in the world would he be by to do that? And, if you think about it, Mike, like you said, the last couple of years have been pretty much snow-free. We haven't had a lot at all. And guys like that probably earn their living plowing parking lots and doing any plowing that they can. So they're going to take advantage of any opportunity that they have, even though we've only had about an inch of snow. But there will be more to come tonight, folks, and if you are making your way anywhere really from the Pennsylvania Turnpike and on into the lower Hudson Valley, even southwest Connecticut, down to the city, there may be some problems with the rush hour tomorrow morning, and we will keep you posted. Right now, about 32 degrees, some light sleet coming down, and winter storm warnings posted for the rest of tonight and on into tomorrow. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, Jim, obviously the guy plowing that snow is on the clock tonight.
That's right.
Okay, Jim Cantore from the Weather Channel in Elmsford, New York, in Westchester County, just north of New York City, and he will be checking back in throughout this event tonight and again tomorrow morning. Let's bring in our winter weather expert now, Paul Kosin, who joins us here in the Forecast Center. And Paul, you've been looking at the weather maps all day. We're not looking certainly at a major snow event in New York City, but considering, as we mentioned, there hasn't been a lot of snow, it's certainly something we're concerned with.
Right, this is no blizzard of 1978, but we're looking at conditions that, since we weren't expecting much of anything just a few days ago, this is a little bit of a gift, or if you're driving in, it's not a little bit of a gift. Surface low is now located just about Pittsburgh. That's your primary low. We're still starting to see a beginning of a secondary low developing, but as that low is developing off of the southern Virginia coast, we're not seeing a lot in the way of precipitation development. We are seeing a lot of precipitation associated with that first low, and a band of precipitation primarily located just north of the area across southern Pennsylvania, central New Jersey into New York. Looks like there was a significant area of precip across New York City that moved to the east. We're now still looking at conditions across much of northeastern Pennsylvania, northwestern Virginia, that eventually be moving back towards New York City.
And that's one of those areas which will get the brunt of the snowfall, the Poconos and the Catskills, due to the elevation, a little bit colder and a little bit more lift.
Right, the city's already been basically in the upper 30s or mid to upper 30s during the day, so the ground's relatively warm. We're still putting our money on the fact that the snowfall rates will probably increase later tonight towards morning, which could create a problem towards rush hour, but for the next few hours, probably no problem there.
And the batch of precipitation, the rain, freezing rain and sleet in western Pennsylvania is what's going to be moving in later tonight and tomorrow morning for rush hour.
Yeah, that's still where much of the upper level energy for the storm is developing. It's not intensifying with time. That's sort of good news. We'll be seeing that moving towards the coast by morning. We're getting a mixture of rain, some snow and freezing rain. Most of the snow is located north and east of this line right in here, and we expect that to be moving east during the course of the night.
And there's the weather map for tomorrow morning showing the storm off the coast, the snow affecting not only Hartford and Providence, but also New York, northern New Jersey, and maybe a few wet flakes in the northwest suburbs of Philadelphia.
Right. Again, the surface low is redeveloping right now from southwestern Pennsylvania to off the mid-Atlantic coast. Heaviest snow should stay north of central Pennsylvania, southern New York, extreme southeastern New York, and especially the hills of northwestern New Jersey.
That's 1-800-8